Hey guys, welcome to another stream where I do live streams of daily SEO work. And in today's stream, today's video, I'll be going through a SEO audit requested by one of a website, from a business owner. So with these streams, I hope to teach you, and hopefully you can learn things about search engine optimization, about driving traffic to your own website. And feel free to ask me any questions, if you're live together with me. If not, if you're watching this on video, just simply leave your questions in the comment section, and I hope to answer them when I see them. So with that being said, let's get started. So let me get everything set up. Okay, so in today's video, I'll be auditing I think it's a video production company's site. Let me just double confirm. Yep, so this is the site that we'll be auditing today. Okay, and again, with all these audits, right, it's basically to kind of identify, where are the opportunities a website has, and also to determine, what is the current performance of the entire site. Is the website getting any sort of traffic? Is the website doing well organically on the search engines and stuff like that? So I bring you through every single detail of how I look at sites and how I look at clients' sites to sort of determine how we should go about optimizing their website or optimizing their brand for online presence, to grow their online presence. So firstly, I have a template that I work with. So let's bring out that template, and let me just actually do a copy here. Okay, and then let me open this template up, and then I'm gonna just rename and remove everything. So website audit for surefilms.com. Okay, if I'm going slightly fast, I'm sorry. Yeah, usually I try to speed. I try to make things a little bit fast, to be more efficient. So we're gonna remove data we have here, and then yeah. So now initially what we like to do, what I like to do is I just want to see whether are the fundamentals there for website. Okay, and some of the fundamentals I look at is, first of all, does the website has any analytics? Okay, so in this case, the website doesn't have any analytics set up. And with any website that you are working with, you need to have analytics set up, because if you do not have analytics set up, like I mentioned time and time again, it's as if your website is blind, because you can't see where the traffic, first of all, you cannot see any traffic. Okay, second of all, you do not know if you are receiving any traffic, where they are coming from. You do not know the source of the traffic and how your website is performing. Is your website engaging enough? And you can tell that from the amount of time people are spending on your pages, and also how many pages do they navigate around on your site. And you can you will know whether is your website giving sort of like the traffic what they want based on the bounce rate. So if the bounce rate is really high, that means people are coming to your page and they are bouncing off straight away. It means to say, from where they are coming from, the page is not serving what they want. It's not giving them what they want. That's why when they click on it, they expect to find what they want, and then they do not, they bounce off straight away. So with analytics, you can kind of tell that. So first of all, there's already a few issues. Okay, I'm gonna no analytics installed. Okay, so I'm guessing there's no search console installed as well. Okay, search console meaning, okay, why do I have, So Search Console, it's kind of like how you can tell from Search Console data whether our websites from how many times your website is being mentioned across the internet, and when they are mentioned, what kind of keywords are they getting the impressions for. So Research Console and analytics is two of the most fundamental steps of a successful online campaign, because you will know from the data what you need to optimize, what you need to improve on, and things like that. Okay, so that's one thing that I already noticed, that there isn't a analytics setup. So just to look at, so this is a really nice site. So let's see. So obviously, because they are in the film making industry, right, they have a lot of videos, which is awesome. Just take a look. So I like to navigate the site a little bit, as if I'm a total stranger, which obviously I am. But I just kind of want to see and put myself in a position of a person landing on this page, how the look and feel is on this page, and to see if there's any things that we can do better. So overall, the page is decent. Let me just navigate around the page a little bit. So films, so they have a lot of testimonials, which is awesome. Their past works, which is awesome. And then their post. So for a minute there, I thought this was blog post, but it's like it's post production. Visual effects. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing throughout, sort of like noticing the patterns, is their pages. This particular site has pages with a lot of video and a lot of images. Now, this will be a slight concern, because when we create a website, when you run a website, you always want to make sure that it's targeting two groups of people. The first group of people, it's obviously human beings, and the second group, it's search engines, which is in this case algorithms, robots. So what I'm looking with pages that has a lot of images and a lot of videos, one thing that they might be lacking in is the number of words. And with the number of words, that's how Google sort of decide if this is a valuable content, or is this a in content, which means no non-valuable content, right? So the kind of benchmark that I like to have is a page needs to have minimum 500 words if it's sort of cropped by Google. So if we want a page to be cropped by Google, if we want Google to look at this page and index this page, meaning to say put this page on the search engines, it needs to be minimum 500 words. So I'm guessing by the look of things, it's going to be less than 500 words for a lot of these pages. Let me just double check. For some reason, why is this not working? That's weird. Let me open it up. That's weird. Because by right, this extension is supposed to show us the number of words. I can tell from here, like pages like this, you already know that it's lesser than 500 words. Okay, and then let's just browse through. I don't know why the plugin extension is not working. It's supposed to have a drop down here. So the page is really nicely done up in terms of like, the design. But it's not satisfying the algorithms. So again, this is a video, which is nice. Okay, this video is decent. Okay. So more or less, these are like testimonial pages or past works, right? Which is okay, I guess. And let's see, content video. Okay, again, doesn't have a lot of words. Okay, this is yeah, about us page, which is okay as well. And then this, I assume, will be the brands they work with. Yep. So you see, like pages like this will definitely not have more than 100 words over here. Yeah, and then they have another gallery page. Showcasing their Instagram, which is fine. Contact page. Okay. So there's already some things that I noticed. First of all, I don't think the website will get much organic traffic, which means they are getting their leads from other places, because based on how the website is structured, it's not enough to signal Google so that Google can put this page up on the first page of Google whenever somebody is searching for, video production, for example. Because from what I see right now, it's most of these pages, I would say 80% of these pages are past works, testimonials or reviews. And overall, as a website, let me just see how many pages are indexed. So this is interesting. So you can see this is one of the most common problems that website has. Okay, the most common problem. So you can see, based off on how we are, navigating the site, right? You can see 1, 2. So this is one page, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So from the get-go, there's sort of like 9 pages that we can see, okay, from the navigation over here. But you can see, if you do a site colon search, this is showing more than 9 pages. This is showing 48 pages, okay, 48 results, okay, which means highly likely there will be pages that are going to be unknowingly indexed. That means it's not these pages are created not on purpose, but most of the time is from themes on your CMS or on the platform that you're working on, be it WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, and things like that. Okay, so let's find out where are all the other pages coming from. So I like to open up a bunch of these. Okay, so this is a single sort of like testimonial page, past work page. Yeah, so majority of them will be like that. So now that I've noticed a pattern, then you will kind of realize that, okay, the reason why they have more pages than they should have is because they have these individual testimonial pages or previous work pages, right? So let's go and see if there's anything out of the extraordinary. So the one thing I'm noticing is this, because I believe I've opened it up. Okay, so a lot of all these pages are their individual works. Okay, I would say majority of these pages are their individual works, which is fine, because this helps human beings, real life human beings, to see the previous works that you have, okay, but not necessarily going to get you any sort of organic traffic. So with these pages, you want to no index these pages, because I don't know, yeah, the plugin is still not working, which is weird. because right now this page has less than 500 words, okay, and it's not going to get any sort of organic traffic, which later on we can double check on one of the tools that we have. Okay, but one page I noticed is a copy of bioskin small space. Okay, so overall, we know the current condition of the website, how the website is structured, and there's a lot of images, a lot of pages, but I'm gonna guess there's a lot of thin content, meaning to say most of these pages are not gonna cross 500 words. And if you have one or two pages that doesn't cross 500 words, perfectly fine. But if you look at this, if the majority or the ratio of thin content page you have, if the ratio is significantly high, meaning to say 70% to 80%, then overall, when Google look at your site as a whole, they're gonna see majority of the pages are low content, and they're gonna, it's not gonna do well because overall your website has very little, has no valuable content in Google's eyes. Okay, so that is one of the main issues that I see with a lot of websites. And this is one of the reasons why your website doesn't get organic traffic. So we're going to confirm that. Okay, we're going to go search. Okay, and we're going to see if our theory is right based off of data. So this is a tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs. And then once we connect this up, right, so you can see like the number of traffic this website is getting. It's 57, right? So this is a very low estimate. Okay, so I usually like to take this as a low estimate, because usually when I cross check with my Google Analytics data, it's significantly or it's sort of 20% to around 50% higher than this this number over here. So you can see this website gets around 50, I would say, to around 100 traffic on a monthly basis. And yeah, so majority of the traffic is coming from US. Okay, so unless this business is targeting international clients, meaning to say they are looking to, they are open to work with clients from all over the world, then this traffic will be relevant to them. Okay, but what I'm guessing is because this company only focuses on the local market, which is in Singapore, you can see the traffic that they get in Singapore is 6. So this literally means that they do not have any organic traffic at all, right? So if we filter this out, okay, to Singapore, okay, and this is the most common thing that I see with a lot of websites. Unfortunately, when you start your brand or when you start a company, you usually get a website started, and then if you have a physical store, you start to build. You start to have customers coming to your physical store, and you slowly build your brand, how would I say, offline, right? So when customers come into your store, you give them a great service, and then you get more customers in via word of mouth, via referral. But this is not necessarily the same when it comes to online. Okay, so for example, this company started off in 2018, and not just saying this company, because a lot of profiles, a lot of brands that I work with have this same similar issue, right? Where they start their company 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and they have been a 5 years old company, and they are doing well offline, right? Because they still get customers coming in, or they still get word of mouth because of the service that they provide, and all that good stuff. But if the website is not optimized in a way that Google understands your website, or if the website is not structured in a way to get organic traffic, then think of it this way: the amount of growth you have offline year over year will not translate to the amount of growth you have online. So this company could be doing really well offline, meaning to say they get tons of customers still coming in offline via word of mouth. But when people actually search for their services, they cannot find this brand, even though this brand has been around in the market for 3 to 5 years, for example. And you can see over here based on the organic traffic, right? So this is just one example, and I'm not just saying for this particular website. A lot of websites are like that. So you can see the organic traffic. let's just take a look at how long this brand has been around. Okay, so you can go to a site like Whois, and you can see this brand, this website registered on 2017. So you mean to say that this website or this brand probably started their business around 2017, right? So that's close to 3 years now. So this is the amount of organic presence they have over 3 years. Okay, they don't get any sort of traffic at all, and even until recently, the highest amount of traffic they get in Singapore, it's technically zero, right? Because it's lower than 10. So this is the issue with a lot of websites, because same like your physical shop, if nobody is coming into your shop, you're not going to make any sales. You're not going to grow your business in any way, shape, or form. So similarly, when you look at online, if nobody is coming to your online shop, which is your website in this case, then your website will not grow, your online presence will not grow, people will still not find you online, people will not find your services online, despite you having a real life service for over 3 to 5 years already. So that is one common issue. And with regards to finding online channels, there's a lot of channels that you can use, whether is it via paid ads, meaning to say you spend money on Google AdWords or Facebook advertising, YouTube advertising and stuff like that, or you can spend money on search engine optimization, or you can do it yourself. But you have to really think about how can you grow your brand online, because I think with this era that is coming on, a lot of people are online. So a lot of people will be Googling your services. A lot of people will be online because, especially with the recent pandemic, a lot of there will not be much people walking around on the streets anymore. Well, not as compared to last time, at least. So a lot of people will be going, their attention will be online. So that's where you want to optimize your pages so that your shop, your online shop, gets more visits and more attention, right? So as you can see, the amount of traffic that they get, majority of them is coming from US. Uh, so you can see they are not ranking for any sort of a they are ranking not just in the top 10, and being in the top 10 is what really matters, because think of how you and I surf the web. Think of how you and I navigate Google, right? So when we search for something, we most of the time, I would say 90% of the time, we don't scroll past the first page, right? We only look at the first page, and then we look at the results, and then we click through it. So ranking on the second page is not going to do much good when it comes to growing your brand online. So this is initially just from the initial phase alone. Okay, there is no organic traffic. Okay, so let's see. So unless they are, in the US, they are trying to target people in the US, their brand is appearing in the US. Okay, so that's no local organic traffic. From okay, so there might be a chance that they are targeting, or they are based in US. I'm not sure, because like this brand in US, there's around 100 searches on a monthly basis. So again, I'm not sure. This I will need to double check with them. So no analytics installed. So that is first off how we see like on a bird's eye view, the overall view of a website. So now that we have seen this, what I do is I put into a technical audit tool. Okay, while I'm waiting for it to load. So all we have to do, plug in the website, and then let's just see if the configuration is done properly. Bup, 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 bup. Okay, and then we'll crawl the website. So this tool will go in and crawl all the pages that it can find. So while it's crawling, let me go and take a look at the Facebook. And one thing with local businesses, I like to take a look at their Google My Business. Okay, I'm going to take a look at their Facebook profile. So their Facebook is very updated, okay, at least on a monthly basis, which is awesome. Look at their reviews. Okay, so they don't have a review generation setup, so I'm guessing on Google it's going to be the same. Yeah, so I don't believe they have Google My Business setup, and I'm going to okay, so at least they claim they are Google My Business. Okay, and one way of how you check is if you want to check whether a business has claimed their Google My Business, all you have to do is click this, and you can see that this listing has already been verified, right? So this means that this listing has been claimed. Now, if you own a local business, or actually if you just own a website, try your best to have a Google My Business and try to claim it, verify it, because this is also considered an online asset for you, and they don't have reviews. So no GMB reviews, and the Google My Business, I highly doubt is optimized. Yep, I highly doubt that is optimized. Oops. Okay, so they are running, so the interesting thing is they are running Google Ads for their own company, which is kind of weird. So I want to ask them about their Google Ads. So I kind of want to see, how they are doing. Actually, let me see whether can I see it from here. Yep, so they are running Google Ads for video production company. In Hong Kong. Okay, so that's weird. So the thing with running ads is you want to send people to a very specific landing page. And if you send people to your home page, it's very, how would I say? It is not the best for conversions, because ideally, if you're running ads, you want to send them to a specific landing page where the main purpose of that page is to capture either a lead or a phone call. So when you send people to a landing page, because of how, if you send people to your homepage, because of how a homepage is designed, it's not designed the best in terms of conversions, right? Because usually homepage you're trying to, as compared to a landing page, homepage you're trying to show off your brand, your testimonials, and as compared to a landing page, with landing pages, you can be more direct and more, I would say, more focused on making sure that the entire page focus is to capture the lead. Let me give you an example, right? Just one factor. You can see homepage, there are navigations. Okay. With a landing page, you do not want to have navigational, because you do not want people to click away from that page, because remember, the main goal of a landing page is to capture the is to make the traffic do something, right? So in this case, is for them to either make a phone call or to send an inquiry. So with landing pages, you will not see, this page. You will generally see a call to action within the first fold. Then you will see some testimonials, but it will not be that long form when it comes to a landing page. Okay, so it's showing a result in Hong Kong, which is kind of weird. So I know that they are buying Google Ads. It's just that I'm not sure how they are going about it and how successful it is. Okay, so I think the crawl is done, which is kind of interesting because for some reason, these pages are live, but it's not being crawled. So the reason why it's not being crawled is because these could be, there is no links linking to these pages. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so most likely there is no links over here that is linking to this page. Again, I might be wrong. Yeah. Yeah. So these are often pages. Okay, so you can see Screaming Frog only brought these pages. Okay, so let me see if they have a sitemap. Because if they have a sitemap, I'll crawl their sitemap, so it's easier. They should have a sitemap, yeah. So let me try crawling their sitemap, because I think we'll be able to crawl more pages. Um, wait, how do I? Okay. So these are, yeah, so there you go. So 55 URLs. So we're going to crawl. So these will help us crawl all the pages that is on their sitemap. So while that is scrolling, I hope, whatever that I mentioned over here can help you if you are running your website, and if you have always wondered, how come your website doesn't get any traffic and things like that. Or if you would like your website to get traffic, these are the things that you need to look out for. So now that we have gotten all the pages here, we want to export. And then we can open it up. So you can see there's a ton of data over here. Okay, so most of the time we do not need to look at all the data, because if not, you'll go crazy. Okay, so there's only a few things that we want to keep. Okay, so I'm going to move this off the screen so that it's easier for me. So these are the things that we want. So URL, we're going to copy and then we're going to paste. So these are URLs. And then we want the status code. We want the indexability, and then we want the page titles. Okay, and we want the meta description. So again, the things that you are looking at right now is not what it's what algorithms see. Okay, they will read page titles, they will read meta descriptions. Copy. Okay, and then header ones. Okay, one thing I'm already noticing, which is kind of weird already. Okay, do you see the H1 text? Header 1 text is sort of like one of the most important header tags, you know, out of H1, H2, H3, H4s. H1 tag is one of the most important header tags out of all the header tags. And you can already see that the H1 tag is all 2020, okay? Which is not good. So last but not least, this is the main issue. So I can almost guarantee you that the pages, I would say almost 80 to 90% of them will have low word count. Okay, that means lesser than 500 words. So we're going to copy and paste. And then we're going to do data conditional formatting. So if the value is below, is less than 500, it will be marked as red. So you can see majority of the pages has less than 500 words. Okay, while this is one of the factor that we take into consideration, we want to focus on the main pages that has less than 500 words. So one of the most important pages will be your home page, right? So if you look at your home page and if you see your home page has less than 500 pages, that's where you need to be a little bit concerned. Okay, so barely enough, 597 pages. So yeah, but you can see, I would say 80% or 90% of their site has thin content. Okay, we're gonna continue. Links, outlinks. So inlinks and outlinks, I'm not gonna key it in because at this stage, I don't think I need to look at this. So with that being said, I'm going to, for easy sake, I'm going to just copy the whole import here. So I don't need to open up. Okay, so now that we have gotten all the things imported, so now we can take a look at the site. Okay, and this is the most common issues that I see a lot of times with website. So if your website has the same issues, then you might want to pay a little bit of attention. So what is this? Is this page? So this is their HTML page, which is fine. Yeah, I'm interested to see if this page is indexed. This page is not indexed, so it's fine. I'm gonna delete this page. Okay, so now these are all the live pages. So I want to sort out A to Z, and then to make everything a little bit more easy on the eyes. Yeah. So now you can look at the overall. So you can see this is the home page, right? So it's indexable. The current title is this. So right off the bat, you can see that the page title is not really optimized. It's fulfilled in a way that it has is at least not blank, but it's not optimized for keywords. And you can look at the meta description over here. Okay, the meta description is way too long. It's 297 words. So with meta description, you want to keep it between 155. Max, I would say around 160 words. So this is way too over. And the H1 tag and the word count. Okay, so I'm going to put page titles are not optimized. Okay, so page titles are not optimized. And then what else? So these are testimonial pages. So the thing is, they do not have lead generation pages, but they do have a bunch of testimonial pages. Okay, and I'm just gonna list there. Teen. Okay. So one look, you can see the errors that they are having, right? So the thing is with them, what I know is, let me just double check my conversation with this owner. Because I believe they are getting sales, but the amount of sales that they are getting has always been referral. So they are not, I will assume, not I will assume actually, I will guess that they don't get any traffic from they won't get any leads from online. Regulars from TV advertisers. Online campaigns, we have Instagram, Facebook page, we don't get lead. So one thing I always like to do, it's I always like to my Twitch is giving some issue. One thing I like to do is I always like to open up a competitor for them to see why they are doing well. So I'm going to open up organic keywords and let's say post production house, right? And I want to look at who is doing well. Okay, to kind of pick out what they are doing and why are they doing well. So free flow, Madhouse. Okay, I'm gonna go to competing domains. I'm gonna take a look at this site. Because without a comparison, they will not know, you know, sort of like the opportunities they could be getting. Video production Singapore. Large Rockstar. So let's see. So I'm gonna list down a bunch of potential competitors. So this looks like a decent one. And then I want to take a look at the production house. Big three, okay. Okay, so this is a major competitor I can see. You can tell from the traffic that they are getting. Okay, so I want to take a look at big three and maybe one more. 200, yeah, so maybe free flow. Just to show the comparison between what the competitors are doing. And I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised because you can see this is a optimized site just from the page title. And I'm pretty surprised within this market nobody is doing SEO, which is kind of weird. Right? So this is a very, very good competitor that I want him to look at. Okay, so minusing away their brand. Okay, minusing away their brand. Their organic traffic, let's see in Singapore, right? Okay, and this is because clearly there is some SEO going on. If not, this will not happen, you know, out of the blue. Okay, and you can see they started SEO in July 2019. And then it was only recently that their brand started to grow. And most of the traffic is coming from Singapore, which is ideally what we want. So this is the kind of uh, level that we want to look at when we speak to the client, because if we cannot give them a idea of how their website can be, how their website can grow online, then it's very hard for them to picture because they don't have a sort of like an example, right? So this is a perfect example because you can see video production in Singapore, video production company, and then Big Tree Production. So some of these are their own brand, which is fine, but I can see like corporate video production, commercial videography in Singapore. Yeah. So what we can do, right, it's and one more thing I have to take into consideration. This website is on Wix. So with Wix site, I generally don't like to work on Wix site because of the limitations that it has. So what I'm gonna do, I think I'm just gonna explain to the owner that you know, these are the things that's limiting your site. This is the reason why your website doesn't show up online when people search for your services. And to do that, you need to fix all these things, and it's not gonna be cheap. So if you'd like us to fix it, then we will go ahead and come up with a proposal. If not, then at least now you know what's stopping your site. So that's, I think, our approach towards things, because at this stage we do not just want to take in any client right now. So site is on Wix. Okay, there's major limitations. So you can see majority of the sites that are doing well are not on Wix. Most likely they are on WordPress or some custom coded site. Yeah. So this is a great example. Okay, so I kind of want to put them across free flow. So this site also has some sort of SEO being done. You can tell based on, like, you know, the backlink profile, how many links they build and stuff like that. So I would like to pit them up against each other. So these are the main three that I want him to look at. Yeah, so you can see, like, they even have schema markup done. So this definitely has SEO being done for them. And let me see whether are they running any sort of Google Ads. So they are running Google Ads, and yeah. So this is a local lender page, right? So you can see, so this is a perfect example that I want to show him. Because you can see these this type of pages are exactly why you need to create specific local landing pages, where it's a very clear-cut call to action, right? The purpose of this page is for them to fill up the form, for them to do something, right? So that's why you can see our work, get a quote, right? And again, there's another form here. So if they send to their homepage, and this company's homepage, okay, it's not designed to capture conversions, right? Most of the homepage are not designed to capture conversions from the start. So again, this homepage design is already decent enough because they have a get a quote button over here, whereas for their homepage, they don't have anything to capture any sort of traffic. So this will be a perfect example. So already a few things that that I can identify with. Yep. So that is awesome. So based on this, right, I've already a bunch of things going on. So you can see one of the most important thing is the organic search, because I think this will show the most this will show the most impact of the brand presence, right? So if you take a look at, okay, this is how impactful SEO is. So company started around, let's say, 2018, right? 2017, 2017, right? The amount of traffic they get over the course of 2 years is around 1,000 plus. The amount of traffic they get until recently, it's around 200 plus. The amount of traffic that they will get is around 6, which is not good. So this is kind of the impact of SEO. So I think I'm more or less done with the, yeah, I'm more or less done with the audit. So I hope, you know, throughout this audit, it helps you out one way or another to better understand, you know, why your website it's not getting any sort of traffic, how to get traffic to your website, because ultimately that's what matters the most. I think I've been live for around 1 hour, right? Yep. So as usual, we're live for around 1 hour. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments or wherever that you're watching. And if you'd like to watch me go live, or, you know, just ask me questions whenever we are live, or discuss any marketing or specifically SEO stuff, then you know, subscribe wherever you're watching, and This way